Hi, everyone. I'm Roseanne Harris. I'm president-elect of the IAA, and in the lead up to the September 2nd celebration of International Actuaries Day, we're speaking to some actuaries from around the globe, getting their perspective on the profession. And I'm really excited today that I get an opportunity to chat to Kudzai Chigiji, who is from my home country of South Africa. And I'm really excited to get your perspective, and thanks for agreeing to participate in this initiative, Kudzai. As a young actuary and as someone who's had quite a varied career, I'm really keen for you to give everyone your perspective on what being a member of the actuarial profession means to you, and why you chose to be part of this profession.
Hi, Roseanne. Firstly, thank you for having me today. So I think being an actuary, becoming an actuary, the journey thus far has been quite rewarding. I think the actuarial profession really gives you a unique toolkit. From what I understand of most of my friends in other professions, it's not as structured or as directed. There isn't as strong a sense of community as what the actuarial profession provides you. And I think it's a lot of it has to do with the discipline that you gain in your sort of very young adult years, in how you do your work, not just the technical bits, but the professionalism, the ethics, and really just thinking holistically about your problem solving skills. I think that's been very rewarding for me within and outside of the actuarial profession.
And you've applied those skills in a wide range of fields already in your career. And of course, not just in South Africa, but on the global stage as well. So tell us a little bit about your participation in the various IAA activities and what you've gained and what you've contributed to those IAA activities as well.
Okay, so I'll start with sort of my career path. The way I've approached my career is that it's an adventure, and I shouldn't be afraid to explore. So really, I think that's been my approach. There's a lot to learn in the world. The world is changing so rapidly nowadays. I don't think we completely fathom the pace at which change is taking place. And as a young person, I feel I almost have responsibility to myself to make sure that I learn and I explore and I have as much fun with my career as possible. I love my work, and therefore I've always wanted to make sure that I can experience fun and adventure within my work as well, which is why I've ventured into different practice areas and really just had a good time, I guess, while working. In terms of volunteering, it happened very serendipitously throughout my career. I've been volunteering as long as I've been working. And a lot of it came out of just me wanting, again, to explore and to just develop myself outside of my day job. Going to work is great. You meet a lot of great people. You do great work there. But again, the world is big. And volunteering also seemed to be a great way to also give back to the profession and my community, whilst meeting new people and traveling. And so the IA has been great in that, the meetings, well, when we could travel, we're in 2 different locations every year. It was meeting people from different countries, getting involved in different committees. And really, I guess it goes back to just making sure that I was also enjoying the work and finding fulfillment. And I've always found that through volunteering within the IA, like I said, it happened very serendipitously. I, responded to a call for abstracts and wrote a paper with several colleagues that I was volunteering with within ASA, the Social Security Member Forum. And by some stroke of luck, we won a Best Paper Prize back in 2014. And that's how I started getting involved in the IA. And as my career progressed, I also then found other opportunities to volunteer based on what I would be doing at that time. And that's how those different opportunities have arisen. And honestly, I think a lot of my great career experiences have been through my interactions with people within the IA. I absolutely have enjoyed working with the team at the IA Secretariat, and they've really created a home and made it even more enjoyable to be an actuary.
Well, I think you get what you give, and you've certainly given a lot, Kudzai, and we're certainly looking forward to being able to travel as well to all these exciting destinations again. Another passion I think we share is the concept of diversity and inclusion, which we've recently added to the values of the IAA formally as well. And so do you want to tell us just quickly about some of the initiatives that you've been involved in around promoting inclusion in the profession?
Okay, so again, this has happened very serendipitously for me. And I think for me, I guess the start of diversity and inclusion has to be around the fact that we also view the world differently, and we experience the world differently, and we think differently about different problems. And that's a strength when it comes to problem solving. So linking that to my career has been the fact that I've had a lot of opportunities to work in very multidisciplinary teams across industries. But I think if I bring it even closer to home within the actuarial profession, it's the fact that we all have something to contribute. Whether you're young, in your 20s, or you're much older, in your 60s or 70s, wherever you come from, whichever country, developing, developed, Africa, Antarctica, Asia, the US, wherever you come from, you have something to contribute. And that's something that I've tried to bring closer to home, even as I've stepped into leadership positions over the past few years. You'll know within the Asset Banking Committee, we have a very diverse team. I think our age ranges from 25 to 75. And the team now includes people in the UK, people in South Africa and Zimbabwe. Within the IA, we work with people from literally everywhere: Canada, Germany, Australia, the UK, across Africa as well. And we've tried very hard. We've been very intentional about making sure that everyone knows that they can have a seat at the table, provided they're willing to contribute something. Whether it's taking minutes or giving your perspective on what's happening in your economic landscape, where job opportunities are taking place, literally you just need to be willing to participate. And if we create open and safe spaces, psychologically safe spaces, I think we'll see more actuaries getting involved in the profession. We'll have more voices arriving at the table and contributing to the decision making. And I think one of the things that I guess I'm topping off my career as I go into semi-retirement, I call it, is really the banking initiative, because I think that's a form of sort of diversity. And people wonder why there's inclusion in that. And one of the things I think people don't realize is that in a lot of emerging nations, in a lot of developing economies, there aren't very strong insurance structures. There might not be many insurance companies, and a lot of people want to go back home, wherever home is, to contribute. And there are lots of jobs in banks, and you'll know that there's a lot of disruption taking place within banks. And I like to say banks is not just banks. Banking includes a lot of fintechs, payment companies, the sort. And we need to create opportunities outside of what we're used to. So again, that's another form of inclusion that I think we don't talk about a lot. So for us, essentially, inclusion and diversity isn't just about race, not just about gender, it's not just about like what your sexual orientation is or which language you speak. It's everything that embodies who you are. And within the profession, it's also where you want to take your profession.
That's a great perspective, Kudzai. Really interesting way to think of the of banking as a way of promoting that diversity around the globe. And certainly you have shone the light and set the example in terms of making sure that people are heard and feel that they are heard and that their views are valued. So thanks for sharing that perspective with us today, and for being part of this lead up to International Actuaries Day on the 2nd of September, which I look forward to celebrating with you. So have a great day further. Thanks everyone. Thanks. And look out for more of these videos.